Welcome to Michigan in Focus, powered by thecentersquare.com. This episode features a piece by Center Square Michigan reporter Scott McClellan, headlined, quote, UAW gives new Friday deadline to Big Three Automakers, end quote. Here's the story. United Auto Worker Union President Shawn Fain gave the Big Three Detroit Automakers a noon deadline on Friday to strike a deal or more workers will walk out of factories. It's the first UAW strike in history hitting Ford, Stellantis, and General Motors simultaneously, but this time, the strikes target specific plants, dubbed the stand-up strike, in which they're striking about 12,700 of their workers. Fain said the auto industry is rapidly changing, and, quote, workers are being left behind, end quote. More automakers are building plants in the southern states, which could eventually threaten the Big Three's dominance over vehicle manufacturing. According to the Ann Arbor-based nonprofit Center for Automotive Research, the U.S. South has captured $67.4 billion in automaker-announced investment from 2017 through August 2023. Of those plans, about $59.5 billion are related to electric vehicles, car industry analyst Tyler Harp told the Center Square in an email. The South is defined as Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. The Big Three have made $21 billion in profits in the first half of this year, Fain said, and company CEOs have increased their salary by 40%. Quote, General Motors CEO Mary Barra made $29 million last year, yet a newly hired factory worker at Lordstown, Ohio is making $16.50 an hour. End quote, UAW President Shawn Fain said in a Facebook Live event last month. Meanwhile, he said auto workers' salaries have grown by 6% over the last 4 years because of inflation. Quote, an auto worker today is making less in real wages than we made 20 years ago, end quote, Fain said in a video released Monday night. Fain wants UAW members to receive a 40% raise over 4 years, eliminate a tiered pay structure, and have a 32-hour work week with the same wage as a 5-day work week. Fain said, quote, record profits mean record contracts, end quote. Fain said car companies are fleecing consumers with the average price of a new car up by 30%. Fain said, quote, we're taking a stand against corporate greed. We're taking a stand against inequality, end quote. The UAW had an $825 million strike fund to pay members. By targeting and disrupting assembly at select factories, while other members still work, the union can stretch the strike fund much longer relative to calling all workers to strike at once. The strike is disrupting work in Michigan, Missouri, and Ohio. In 2019, the UAW went on strike for 40 days. Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. This podcast was made with the assistance of AI technology. Please subscribe and thanks for listening.